My name is Jóhanna Harðardóttir and I live in Hvalfjörður in Iceland. It's close to Reykjavík. I'm a journalist by profession and a teacher, and I was born in a little town close to Reykjavík in '52. And as a kid, my father was a sailor, a seaman, so he was not home very much, and my mother was home with us. We were 4, and she was not very Christian, and my father was not either. He was an ásatrúar like I am. So I didn't really learn a lot about religion or Christianity, because Iceland is, you see, a Christian nation. But I didn't really learn much about that. I went to church for a few times, of course, and then when I was 14, I was going to be confirmed, right? So I started going to the priest, and then I learned that this was not my religion. So I really had no religion for a very long time. But when I was about 23 or 24, I realized that I needed something that was stronger than I am myself. And I started looking for that thing, or this God. And I found it in ásatrú. Ásatrú is the religion, the old religion of Iceland that came here with the settlers in maybe year 800 and something. And then it died, or people thought it had died because we took Christianity in the year 1000. But it lived in the people, and it's still there. And I was very glad when I found this, because I needed this power, the God. And I believe that God, whatever you call him, whether you call him Buddha or Mohammed or Thor or Christ or whatever, it comes from within. God is here. But you will have to find God. Every single person will have to look and find the God that fits to his own soul, his own personality. And with me, I have been always very connected to nature. And the God that I found was Thor, because he was, or is, the son of the earth, like I am the daughter of the earth. And he was the protector and a friend of mankind. And our gods in ásatrú are really not the gods that you do not pray to the gods like they are higher and mightier than yourself. The gods are your friends. They are a part of you. They are really you in their way. You find yourself in each and every one of them. They are many. So not all ásatrúar people have the same God, because we are different people and we need different things. But everybody needs something that is stronger than themselves. That's a bit of a strange story. Well, I'll tell you it anyway. The first thoughts of being with God or seeing the runes. It's a very strange thing because Odin brought us the runes, brought runes to the humankind, and they are really, each one of them is a symbol of nature, whether it's in the country or the land or whether it's within yourself. And I started seeing them in the mountains and in the stones and everywhere in nature. I started seeing those symbols. And I was wondering what it is, and I didn't understand. And my father told me what it was. So my religion really started with the runes. I started thinking about the runes and what they meant. And I found my religion through them.
The runes mean certain symbols?
Yes.
I'm not familiar. What are the symbols?
Shall I show you some? Yeah? Here are some of those runes. I'll show it to you. Here's, for example, the one that is, it's called Ir, it's the tree of life.
Hold on 1 second. Keep holding it up. Okay, say again.
This is the one that's, this is a symbol for the tree of life, for example. And it's something that is, it's just life itself. Everything is within that tree of life. And it protects you as well. And here's, for example, one. And this is called Odal, and it's the home. It's your ground, your base of life, and your home, and what's surrounding you. And these showed me the way to my religion. And I was just maybe about 13 or 14 or something like that, I think. But then I started reading more about the gods, and I became friends with Thor. It was very nice. It was this friendship that means everything to you. And you know, I guess people, and we really don't tell people how to believe or what to believe, or how to I don't know how to say this, how to do this religion, or what to do really. We don't tell people how to do that. You will have to find your own way. You have to connect yourself to your God and do this the way that you like to.
Tell me about becoming friends with Thor. Tell me this story.
Well, first really I became enemy with Thor. It's kind of funny because you see, I lost my friend, and I was very angry. You get very angry when you lose someone that you love very much. And she was too young to go. And I was really hurt, and I was angry. And when you're hurt and you're angry, you try to find someone to blame. It's just natural for people to find someone to blame. And I had been, I knew Thor already. And he was the God that I believed in, but I was in no contact with him. But I was angry, and I needed someone to blame, and I blamed him. Why is she dead? Why did you not help her to fight this thing? And like I said, God is within yourself. And I started thinking, and he fought me back, and he said, why? Why do you think that I can help? Why do you expect me to do that? We all need to do what we can when something like this happens. And you cannot blame anyone else. You cannot blame me. You cannot blame anyone. And I started thinking, and I found out that this was just something that it was nobody's fault. It was not her fault, it was not my fault, it was not Thor's fault. And that's how we became friends. And always when I need to discuss something that is hard to discuss and hard to understand, because there are so many things in this world that you really don't want to be like they are, but they still are that way. And you need to discuss them. Then it's good to have God to talk to. Maybe he can't help you very much, but he can always make you think. And when you think, you try to find ways to make things better. Even if you can't make everything good, you can always do something to make things better. And that's how he helps me.
I know you told us about the experience of being at war with Thor, and angry at Thor, and then becoming friends with Thor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider, as you think about since that time, what would you say was the most significant spiritual experience that you've had?
I'm not sure I can tell about that, because it's, well, yeah, why not? Well, you see, one of my grandchildren got very ill. She got this, I don't know, now I'm just talking to you. I'm wondering what the name is when you get, there's this in your brain.
Meningitis.
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, it was when my grandchild was 5 years old then, at the time. She got meningitis, and they didn't think that she would live, really, and it was a very hard time for me, and everybody, of course. So they told us that within the next 24 hours would tell us if she would live or die. So I went down to my temple with my wood and my religious horn for drinking from, and my ring of oath. And I sat down there, and I was alone. It was in the middle of the night. And I sat down there alone and at the fire, and I sat there for a long time, and I couldn't do anything. I just sat there, and I didn't say a word. I just sat there and cried, really. But then suddenly, I started talking to Thor, and I said to him, well, I know, of course, that I cannot ask you to do anything for me, but if this little girl lives, please take her. Whether you want her alive or dead, take her. She's yours. And she lived. She lost her hearing in 1 ear, but she lived. And, well, that's my biggest moment with Thor.
And how is she today?
She's fine. She's learning to play the piano. She's 9 years old now. And she really is Thor's. I don't know why, because he lives in Finland. And she doesn't know him except through me. But she loves him anyway. I know that she has this connection. And I don't know where it comes from, because it's really in our religion, Ásatrú, we do not, it's customary not to try to get other people into the religion. We never do that. We don't go among people, tell them about our gods. People can come to us, we don't come to them. And I have not, I tell my grandchildren stories about the gods. They're just stories, just like you read adventures to kids. Because we are just telling them, who is this guy? What's he like? Who's this lady? What did she do? It's just like telling people stories, but we don't connect them to believe. And I have told my grandchildren and my children stories like that, but I don't tell them to believe anything. Never. I've never done that. But she really is connected to Thor. And it's not because I have told her or tried to connect her in any way. It's really amazing.
What do you think it means for Thor when you said to Thor, have her take her as yours?
Well, I do not know what it means to him. But I was just talking to myself. It's like I say, when you are connected to a God, you are really talking to yourself. And I was just saying, really, whether she stays or whether she goes, I am satisfied that she's yours. You do what is right. And then, of course, I was thinking, help the doctors, because I couldn't do anything. There were 5 doctors around her bed. I was just here sitting by the fire alone. And I do believe that if you connect to your God or whatever it is that's stronger than you, it helps. Because what you believe in, whether it's a God or if it's elves or dwarves or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's your mind that's working. And the mind is so strong. And even if we are people of today, I mean, we have television and radio and iPods and whatever, we know that those things are not everything. Science is not everything. Our minds are stronger than we know. Just imagine if you think about it and you turn on a thing like that, like the radio, flip one switch, and you hear something that's said miles, hundreds of miles away. It comes through the air somehow. You don't see it, but it's there. There are so many things in life that we don't see and we can't explain, but it's still there.
Tell me about a time you doubted your faith and what happened.
Well, I don't think I can answer that question because I don't doubt my faith. I can't doubt my faith because then I'm doubting myself because it's me. You see, I get angry sometimes, and that's just me too. And we're just people. We cannot accept everything that happens to us, and we're not always satisfied with things as they are. But that doesn't make us doubt ourselves or God or whatever it is. You see, I believe that we are responsible for ourselves. That's part of our religion. There are really 3 things. You are responsible for yourself. For me, I cannot say, please God, forgive me and I'll never do this again. Maybe I've kicked somebody's ass or something. I mean, it doesn't help to ask for God's forgiveness because I didn't kick his ass. I need to ask the one that I hurt for forgiveness. I'm responsible for what I do. And I cannot blame a God for that. I will just have to be responsible. And then there's this equality, you see. You have to be honest, and you have to be, how do you say it in English? Oh, it's so bad when you can't use your own words, your own language sometimes. What's it called when you believe in people have the same rights as you? What's the word for that?
Equality?
Equality, yes, maybe that's it. Or
what's the word in Icelandic? Maybe there's some similar word.
yeah, well, I don't know. It's called the virðing. Well, I don't know. Maybe the respect would be it. You see, you have to respect. That's also part of God within you. You have to respect. You have to respect yourself. Because people who don't respect themselves, they cannot respect anybody else. And they cannot think that anybody else would respect them if they don't do that themselves. And you have to respect everybody around you. It doesn't matter what religion they are in, or the color of their skin, or how they work, or their education, or their sex, or whatever. You have to respect people. And if you respect people, and you respect yourself, you will be happy, and you will manage your life. That's really, for me, that is that's God. Oh my, this is hard. I don't know. You can always say peace on earth, of course. But it's not that easy, you see. It's my greatest wish. I don't know. I just wish that people would be kinder to each other. I think really that our only problem in this world is that people don't understand each other. If we would know each other better, it's because we don't know each other. All the people that have different culture, we don't know them, and we don't understand them. We need to understand each other. And we need to understand that this is not a competition. Life on earth is not a competition. We need to work together, because if we don't, we will not survive. This world will not survive if we don't work together. I think that's my wish, that people would understand each other and try to work together and not always compete.